everyone, I'm Amy from Beyond Motion, and today I have with me Ian, and we're going to go through some chest and shoulder stretches for you. So a lot of our questions come from our athletes who train with us here locally in Naples, Florida, about how can we open up the chest and the shoulders. So think about all the sports you may or may not play, or how much working out you do. So if you're doing things like a lot of push-ups, a lot of bench presses, chest press, things of that nature, or if you're an athlete that plays a lot of sports, especially baseball players or tennis players, lacrosse, a lot of arm and shoulder work, we all get tight through here. And if you're somebody who's working a lot sitting at a desk, you may very often be sitting over your computer or texting an awful lot, where your posture starts to fold in like this. So all of the exercises we're going to do today are on the foam roller, and they'll open up the chest and shoulders, help you engage the core and feel more open through your traps. So the first thing I'm going to have Ian do is roll all the way back and down on the foam roller. Now there's a lot of different types of foam rollers out there. What we use here at our facility are the 6-inch by 36-inch, pretty much the firmest foam roller that you can get. Some of the foam rollers are very short. This sequence of exercises will not work on that foam roller. Also, some foam rollers come that are very bumpy or have a lot of ridges into it. I wouldn't recommend doing these exercises on those foam rollers either. So you want something that's nice and firm and something that's pretty solid. So I'm going to have Ian scooch down a little bit. Now obviously Ian's very tall, and you're going to adjust what you need to for your height as well. And Ian is a baseball player, so he's very accustomed to having tight shoulders and a tight chest, and he also trains quite a bit too. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm actually going to move out of the way a little bit, is I'm going to have Ian extend his arms out to at least, I'm going to move this back for you, this long wingspan, with at least shoulder height and width arms. Okay. Now if you're a little bit more petite in size or have shorter arms or what have you, you might be able to have your arms a little bit closer to your body, but when you're taller or have longer extremities, you need more space. So the first thing he's going to do, keeping his feet about hip distance apart and flat to the floor, notice his neck and his tailbone are on the foam roller and his eyes are slightly forward over his knees. He's going to inhale, and as he exhales, he's going to roll to one shoulder blade. The other arm will feel like it's lifting away from the floor a little bit, and he's going to stay right about there. His head stays centered. Now for Ian, and for you as well, every day might be a little different, for me too. Some days I feel a greater stretch by keeping my hand down on the floor, palm down. Other days I feel a deeper stretch. I'm going to have Ian rotate his hand palm up and take it off the floor. And then some days keeping palm up but bringing it back down onto the floor. So where do you notice the biggest stretch for you?
Right about here.
Okay, so his hand is on the floor, his palm is up, and you should feel a stretch between the rhomboids, so the muscles between the shoulder blades, into the front part of the chest and shoulder, and down through the arm into the wrist and hand. Some people will feel it more in one place, and some people might feel it more in the other place. Go ahead and switch and go to the other side. You may also notice a difference from one side of your body to the other. You may be tighter on your right versus your left side, or you might feel the stretch in different places. What about you? Do you feel it in the same place?
No, this one's better for me.
Palm down on this side. And again, trying to keep the lower body fairly stable on the roller and your head fairly stable. So you're going to bring your head back to center for me as you're working with that palm. Great. Now to add a little bit of a roll from side to side, he's going to keep the palms flat down on the floor, and he's going to roll the foam roller just a little bit from one side and feel like he's rolling almost off, and then he's going to exhale and shift to the other side. Good. And do that about 4 or 5 times for me, nice and slowly. Now if you're somebody that ends up getting a lot of kind of knots feeling, or the knots in your back between the shoulder blades, you might feel like you're rolling over something as you roll, and that happens to a lot of us. If you find that spot, stay on top of it for a minute and allow the knot to kind of dissipate. When you're rolling, remember, it's always done very slowly. You never want to do short, quick strokes, and you never want it to be really fast. Good. Come back to center for me. Great. So again, he's going to reposition, making sure his toes are in parallel forward, feet about hip distance apart, and his head is on the foam roller. The next thing he's going to do is bring his arms up to the sky to what we're going to call 12 o'clock. He's going to start, if you notice, with his palms facing in. So from here, he's going to inhale and open his arms out to the side. Now, as he opens out to the side, we want to be careful not to let the ribs in the back pop off the roller. There you go. So it requires engaging that core and breathing. He's going to bring his arms back up as he inhales and exhale, fogging up a mirror relaxing that jaw, funneling the ribs in. And you can see as his ribs come closer together, his belly button comes down toward his spine. And exhale to open. Good. You should feel like your core is engaging on this as well, so that you don't lift the ribs. Good. On this next one, he's going to come back up to 12 o'clock, and I'm going to move out of the way again. He's going to have one arm go backwards toward his ear and the other arm go forwards toward his hip. And then exhale to change sides. Palms are going to face in, core is nice and tight, and exhale to change. Can you feel this starting to open up your chest and shoulders? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And exhale, keeping the rib cage nice and tight. Good. Feel the ribs funnel down toward your waistband. Switching one more time on each side. Shoulders are down, remember that exhale, and back to center here. Good, both arms back up. Great, we're going to do an arm circle. So now he's going to inhale to prepare. He'll exhale as he brings his hands down by his hips and open out to the side while back into a circle, about 4 times in each direction. Exhale on the way down. Good. Back to 12 o'clock with that circle, and exhale down. Keeping the rib cage nice and engaged, belly button to the spine. And down. Good, finishing here. And then reversing the direction of a circle, keeping the ribs engaged. Belly is nice and tight. Neck is long. Exhale. Good, shoulders wide. Last time. And go ahead and bring your hands down to the floor again where you started, but a little wider. Good. Nice. And if you roll a little bit more to one side or the other, just let me know whether or not you start to feel like it's more open than it was before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Great. And come back to center for me. Good. Inhale here, and you can exhale and sit yourself all the way back up again. Good. So just let your shoulders open for a minute and notice whether or not you feel more open through the front of your sternum and through your shoulders as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, great. So if you're looking to open up your chest and shoulders and you're looking for a great warm-up before you start doing any chest exercises or post-workout to open you back up again, this would be a great place to start. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again for the next tip. Have a great day.